Hi everyone, I'm just going to quickly show you how I'm just preparing a book for recycling. This is an old hardback book that I've had on my bookshelf for a long time, and what I'm doing is, as you can see, it's an ex-library book that I bought for 50p, and I am gluing groups of 3 pages together to make a thick page which I'll be able to paint on. As you can see, I've stuck groups of 3 pages together and I've got to here in the book. It just makes the paper a lot stiffer, a lot thicker, and it means I can paint it and it's not going to be too bad, because otherwise the individual sheets of paper are quite thin, so they're not going to take to the paint as well. They're going to like really wrinkle and buckle. I don't mind if the paper wrinkles and buckles a little bit as I paint it, but this will just give the book a bit more, the pages a bit more strength. So I've got to carry on going through this book, and it's got quite a lot of pages. It's got about 350 pages, I think, and some spares. Okay, so it's got 352 pages in it, so it's going to take me a while. I'm currently on page 61. So what I'm going to do, oh sorry, focus has gone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on gluing the pages together, then I'll come back and show you what I do next. Okay, so I showed you how I took this old book and glued groups of sort of 3 and 4 pages together to make thicker paper. I did remove some of the signatures in the end because it was a bit too thick. I mean, it doesn't shut properly at the minute, but I'm not too bothered about that, to be honest. I'll just put like an elastic or something around it later. I want to show you the pages I've started so far. First of all, you saw me start by painting the pages with white acrylic paint. Then on this page I've used an old page out of a medical encyclopedia, which have got all this lovely oranged and faded paper, as well as these cool diagrams. So I stuck the diagram on and then ripped up the rest of the page and stuck it all round, and that's a piece of wallpaper that's come off my wall, and yes, so that's like a piece of old wallpaper, and I stuck that on for texture, and then I've covered the whole thing in medium grain gel just to give a nice sort of rough texture to it, and then I can stick stuff on or journal over the top of that by sticking on some paper. Just painted those two, and then I'll probably stick some photos or whatever I think on top of that. Just painted those in white because I didn't want to do all different colours. Done a purple page and then a white one. Smudged a bit of red paint there, but I don't mind. This one was, I just painted some blobs of paint onto the paper and then smushed it together to make a print and got this sort of effect, so I'll use that for something else. This one was some newspaper photographs of some of the recent snow we've had, and I quite like the pictures, so I stuck them on. Then I stuck the rest of the newspaper page on to fill the paper up. Went over it lightly with white acrylic paint, and then went over it with medium grain gel to give me that lovely texture around the pictures. And then I didn't put any on the papers, on the photographs themselves, so that they stood out. So I kind of like that sort of wintry inspired page. It needs something else, but I've just left it for now. This is another page where I've used my mum's old medical encyclopedia, and it's got stuff about skeleton. It got a crocodile and a bird skeleton in there for some reason. Same technique, stuck it all down and then covered it in medium grain gel to give it that texture. White again. I want to have plenty of pages that are just white because then that gives me a bit more opportunity to add different colours and whatever. Oh, I've stuck them two together. That's I forgot to dry this one then. It's just one bit. That's okay, so I'll take that back down. Again, painted it white. This one, I got some really rough textured handmade brown paper, stuck that on in patches, went over the rest in white acrylic paint and then the textured gel stuff, and it gives me a nice stiff page as a backing for something or to paint on top of later. And then last night I did this one. It was a newspaper article about sort of local history and stuff, and I liked the picture, like the old factory pictures and stuff, so I put them in and then chopped up the rest of the page, kept the two bits of the headline which I like the words, and then the whole thing's been covered in PVA glue to set it. So that is all stuck on and it's lovely, and oops, that's 2 pages instantly. Nope. It's lovely and thick and crunchy feeling. And then I had to wait overnight for this to dry. I did have my hairdryer on, but then I wanted to watch TV, so I turned my hairdryer off. So for today I'll be going through and painting some of the other pages that I glued yesterday. But yeah, so it's starting to come together as a bit of a journal. It's a bit deformed at the minute, so I'm going to have to manipulate it a bit to bend it back in shape. I think it's because of all the glue and stuff I've used. So like if I force it, I can get it to go back pretty much, but it does tend to slip that way, so whether I need to take out a couple more signatures at this side, I don't know. I'll have a play with it anyway. I don't mind too much if it's a bit weird anyway. I just like the fact that I'm using up the old paper. It's just something nice to experiment with. So yes, that's what I've done so far with it, and then I'll turn it to some sort of scrapbook art journal type thing. So basically think of these pages at the minute as backgrounds, although saying that, I think with that page, because I really like that page as it is, I might just leave that as it is. But yeah, so kind of think of these as backgrounds, and then they'll have artwork or photographs or some such over the top. So yeah, that's stage 1 of making a art journal out of an old book. Hope you found this video useful. Excuse the state of my old tea towel. It's one I've been using to lean on when I paint and stuff, so you know, it's not out my kitchen, it is just a riffy one I've used that's covered in paint and stuff, as you can see. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you found this video useful. Let me know if you try doing anything like this, and let me know what your results are like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.